A lot of times when someone accuses you of something, it's really more like a confession. So if someone is accusing you of something that is inaccurate, it's definitely not something you're doing or would have considered doing, you should think to yourself that the person accusing you is actually telling you what they themselves are doing or thinking about doing, or have done or are planning to do. So, I'm here to talk about this Canine Critic channel. Oh, actually, I mean Dog Culture Review. But actually, it's the same person. So, I'm uh I'm talking about this guy here, and I have receipts. So, as you can see, Dog Culture Review was making this video because he was big mad that he got exposed for, grifting off the dog culture critic movement, if you will, content creation, while at the same time, you know, taking these unleashed pit bulls and whatever type of dogs out hiking. Um, in, I'm guessing, public parks or national parks or whatever places that he takes these dogs hiking. Um, yeah, he got big mad that he was exposed for that, as well as how he is capitalizing on dog culture because his business also sells dog bowls that he sews, I guess, or that he's designed and sells. They're like for camping or hiking, I guess. They're foldable, made out of some kind of material dog bowls. Um, so he got big mad and started making about, like he always does. He starts making a whole series for a week or two or a month. He'll make video after video, just repeating himself over and over again, saying the same things. Um, so this was one of the videos that he made around that time. Um, just complaining about people having found his very publicly available information on the internet, which I guess, you learned how the internet works. It's pretty easy to find publicly available data and photographs. It's not like it takes a private investigator when you link to your own businesses and essentially you're not very good. You don't have very good OPSEC, so it wasn't difficult to figure out that you have a business that sells dog food bowls. You go hiking regularly with off-leash dogs, and you have alternate accounts that you comment from um, while accusing other people of having alternate accounts. So, like I said again, a lot of times accusations are just admissions. So you can see here that in this video where he's filming uh, his screen, he's logged in as this other channel while producing a video on this channel. Um, and I clocked this pretty immediately because I muted him very quickly after I noticed his antisocial behavior towards other people. And after I muted him, I had this channel show up on my channel trying to leave comments, and it's so obvious because he types the exact same way. He leaves links. So this channel showed up on mine after I muted Dog Culture Review, leaving links to Dog Culture Review videos asking me to give my opinion, which is exactly what this guy, it's like his MO. It's like the most obvious thing in the world. So I clocked it immediately, but now I mean, this is an undeniable receipt. He's going to deny this is the other thing he does. He's going to come up with the most asinine type of excuses, claiming that somehow this isn't evidence, even though it's literally visibly evidence that he's signed in as this account when he was making this video on this account. Um, and I just have this screenshot because I thought it was hilarious because it's so meta. It's like him pointing at a video, him making a video, pointing at the screen of him pointing at the screen in another video that he made. And this is another example where he was big mad at this creator for, like I said, very easily discovering publicly posted photographs, that he himself posted. Um, so that's how the internet works. I guess he was surprised to find that out, but um, yeah, and again, this was just another one of his many, many dozens of videos that he made about this topic when he was extremely upset that he had been exposed for being essentially a grifter. So, I have said previously that I made my comments about him in the past, and I wasn't going to speak about it again. But for a few reasons, I am actually going to speak about it again. The first time I kind of made a few passing remarks and just let it be because I really don't want to make this type of content on my channel. But I think it's important for a couple of reasons. These types of people need to be exposed, they need to be called out, and if you, we want to have content that is taken seriously and an impact on dog culture that will actually matter. So you can't have some kind of idiotic takes uh as a to being a part of that movement. Like it's just counterproductive. This guy makes literally some of the worst content I've ever seen. I don't like being mean, but it's just true. He doesn't make sense. He doesn't understand what words mean. He says words and then gives those words his own definitions. So it's impossible to actually have a constructive conversation or argument with someone like that because he literally will just make up definitions for words that already have definitions. So you can never even start on the same footing or from the same presumption. You can never start with the same assumptions because if you're talking about capitalism, for example, which is kind of what triggered this recent outburst from him, capitalism has a definition. Communism has a definition. And, I'm not here claiming now, and I never have, that I'm experts on any type of political or economic theory, right? But I have a basic grasp of what these things mean. He doesn't. So, to him, to Dog Culture Review, communism is anything he doesn't like, or anything he disagrees with, or whatever the government is doing, or whatever he thinks the government is doing that he doesn't like is communism. Capitalism can do no wrong and is good in his definition. So you just can't have any type of effective conversation with that. The other thing is, he, while accusing people of doxing him by simply posting publicly available pictures that he himself had already posted, actually tried to dox other people, like in the true sense of the word. It's another example of him not understanding what words mean. He doesn't understand what doxing actually means. So, and again, his accusations were a confession. And his one of his only fans is this lady right here, Serena, Life with Serena channel. And I would leave her completely out of this because she's just irrelevant, frankly. However, I do want to point out that she is an extremely bad faith actor as well. She's got absolutely nothing to add to the conversation as far as it comes to like dog culture critique. But I will say that she is a type of person who will give someone like dog culture review your personal information if she knows it. I don't know why. She has some kind of weird crush or she's like an orbiter of his. I wasn't even sure what her channel's about, like why she's like oftentimes the only person who will comment on his videos or posts or whatever. Like you can guarantee like he makes a post, she's probably going to be commenting on it, like supporting him. And like as far as I've seen, none of her content even has anything to do with dogs. It's like she goes and does a Walmart grocery haul of a bunch of junk food and then like cooks some slop or whatever in her dirty house and like makes a video about it. And then like complains about people being haters, but leaves the most toxic and hateful type of comments I've ever seen and tried to help Jeff dox someone. So fuck you to her. And I think she like left a comment on one of Jeff's like insane posts about me, calling me like a bitch or something, and it's just like what literally I've never even interacted with her whatsoever, so my message to her is just I don't know, like learn to do your makeup better and like cook some healthier food maybe. Uh and don't dox people who trusted you with their information. Um okay, so sorry, I'm a little fired up because I've held my tongue about this guy for so long. I thought I'd said enough, and I honestly had forgotten kind of that he even existed. I haven't been like I don't watch his videos because they suck. I don't check his like posts and I have muted him from my channel and I muted his alternate channel, which is this one. This is Jeff. This is Dog Culture Reviews alt channel that he will comment with when he's muted. Um so I like I said I kind of forgot he existed until recently there was a really cool new channel I saw because Kanon shared it and you can see here like the other bit of evidence, I guess. Like 3 weeks ago, DCR made this 6 signs of dog love post, and then like continues it in the comment like he always likes to do. Um, he just writes these like I'm not reading all this. So, and then here on his other channel, the same exact thing. The rest of it's in the comment. So I don't know. You don't really need any more evidence that this is his alt one of probably one of his alt channels. I would guess I would not be surprised if he has more. Um but yeah, he just makes these long unhinged posts. And recently he got again big mad, I guess, that content creators were discussing the relationship between dog culture and capitalism because like that word just triggers him, it seems like he just gets triggered by the word capitalism because in his mind it's just capitalism equals good and communism equals bad. So whatever you're accusing capitalism of being responsible for or promoting, he will somehow just say, "No, that's communism." Like I said, it makes no sense. It's really not even worth responding to because it's such a waste of time and it will get nowhere with him. Because he can't understand what words mean and doesn't want to ultimately. He like doesn't want to understand. Um, so this creator who I recently came across because Kanon shared his video, which is really good. I highly suggest you watch it. It's this dog culture and capitalism video. Um, It's obvious that DCR is still stalking Kanon and my channels and other channels because after uh, Kanon shared this, I shared it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get a notification that Dog Culture Review has tagged me in a post, and it's this long post saying he'd really like us to respond to something about communism because capitalism isn't like dog culture is really communism. Whatever, like I said, it's not literally not even worth responding to because it's so dumb. Um, and then this content creator who is obviously acting in good faith makes an honest response to uh, DCR. And of course, the only thing he gets in return is this an emotional response to my video, not a response to the facts Kay presented or the links to back them up. Like, you don't provide any facts or links. You just give your opinion that like actually it's communism. That's not a fact. Anyways, like I said, not worth it. Then here shows up his other channel saying, "Oh, yet you block his comments." Even though his comments literally right like one comment above. So it's just like I don't know what this dude's deal is. He's obviously got some kind of like personality disorder. I think he's the type of person who's maybe only ever gotten attention if it's been negative. So he does his best to, create that scenario where he's going to get negative attention, which is another reason I have ignored him and tried to just, and really did forget about his channel for a while. Um, but I wanted to just finally put this all out there. He is a very bad faith actor. He has at least one verifiable alt channel that he uses to pretend to be someone else or one of his own supporters, I guess. His channel has a constantly shifting number of subscribers, which is strange. Yet, like, the same handful, not even a handful, the same, like, two or three maybe people are the only comments or, like, interactions he ever generates. I think almost everybody that I've ever talked to in the dog critique space tried to give this guy a chance, like, tried to watch his videos, tried to be like, okay, another dog culture critic. Let's check it out. But he's such an insufferable person. He turns on his own supporters that have somehow, I don't know why, tried to stay a fan or a supporter of his. He's made a bunch of very creepy type of videos and comments that I don't want people to forget about. Like essentially, you know, he kind of disappeared for a while from my radar, but like I can't forget like the weird ass shit that he says and posts and writes. Like there's just something so off and creepy about it. I just I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be very direct about this time. He's contradicts himself constantly. Um like he hosts people who are very misogynistic and then makes weird polls about misogyny, even though he s- supports comments that say things like communism is women's nature, so women are more susceptible to communism because it's a woman's nature to be communist. Like, just not, like, it's literally just nonsense, heavily right leaning, dumb. I don't even know what to like call it because it's just dumb. It's just nonsense ad infinitum. He just repeats the same bullshit over and over again that is hard to even follow because it makes absolutely no sense. And he uses words incorrectly. Like he just says words because he doesn't know what they mean. He doesn't know what their definition is, or he's created his own definition of them and uses them in that way. And then when you disagree or try to correct him or provide the actual definition, he says that you just aren't thinking deeply enough. You just don't understand. And it's like, no, you're just wrong. um, yeah, so one other thing, and yeah, this is what I'm like creepy. This brand new like content creator, he sees like a video and then he'll start making these creepy memes using, this other person's like profile picture. And then I saw a comment where Morpheus Christus was like, he made a meme about me already because I warned him that that was probably going to happen. This guy's so predictable. DCR is so predictable. Literally said, don't be surprised if he starts making a bunch of weird videos and memes about you now. Literally like 12 hours before I made that comment, I hadn't seen that he'd already made this meme. So Morpheus Christus commented, "Oh, he already made a meme about me." And then Jeff shows up, Dog Culture Review shows up and says, "It's not about you. I just used your profile picture." Like, what are you talking about? Like, you are literally insane. It's okay, and because he's done this exact same thing to me. Like, I don't know how long ago. I'd have to scroll back probably like a few months. He made this creepy, long, because he was having at that time like beef with I Hate Dogs and Kanon. He's like obsessed with Kanon in a really disturbing way, but he was having some kind of weird beef with them. And because they had asked him or mentioned something about don't bring like politics into this conversation. And I think that that was actually more of a polite way of telling him, like, I don't think it's necessarily that we never, you know, none of these channels want to ever discuss politics because let's be honest, most of us do discuss politics and this is kind of a political issue. It's just that Dog Culture Review was making it about just the most like I'm pretty sure I Hate Dogs said he was making weird comments about like Black Lives Matter and so I think it was more of like a polite way of saying like shut the fuck up. But anyways, so Dog Culture Review got really butthurt that no one wants to hear his like asinine political views and was making these like crazy memes about that. And he said they just don't like my steel balls political analysis or something like that. And I said I thought it was really creepy and weird. And then since that time, Dog Culture Review has been trying to like gaslight everyone that saying steel balls perspective, steel balls analysis, or whatever he said, was actually referring to steel ball bearings. Like, it doesn't even make sense in the context, but he's literally trying to gaslight people that he was talking about actual balls made of metal that are used in like machinery. It, like I said, it doesn't even make sense. He's so insane. I don't know who he thinks is stupid enough to believe the stuff that he says. It's just that most people don't want to take the time and waste the energy and effort to like call him out. Um, but I'm doing that now. I hope hopefully probably will be the last time I ever do this. I know he's going to watch this video. Leave me alone. Do not tag me in your stupid videos. Do not tag me in your stupid posts. I do not want to comment on whatever dumb stuff that you're saying because it isn't worth commenting on because it doesn't make sense and you're not acting in good faith. So go back to making your dog food bowls and making your like zero view videos. Um, and just like don't tag me, don't talk like I don't want to and I'm not going to try to like make a response to your videos about communism because you don't know what it is and your videos are dumb.